We're going to bring on Pat Mackaronis, Director of Business Development, founder of Brabble. Pat, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Michael? Thanks for having me.
I'm good. I'm glad you're here. I got to look at your website, and I find it very interesting how you're able to work through the e-commerce side of what you're doing and really open that up. But before we get into all of the talking points, give our audience a little background on yourself and what Brabble does, and then we can start to drill down into it, okay?
Sure. Yeah. So Pat Mackaronis, founder of Brabble. We're a New York City-based startup that has successfully combined the worlds of e-commerce and social media into one platform. The social media side, we have a community on our mobile app of a little over 300,000 users, and they have full functionality of media, meaning they can communicate with audio, video, picture, and text. We also have the ability to reply to others with audio, video, picture, and text, giving the users a much more interactive and intimate form of communication than you'll find on other social networks. Combine our e-commerce component, which is our patent-pending revenue model called Star Tags. What a Star Tag is a link that can be embedded into anyone's post on the social platform, which then allows people, companies, or brands to sell products. We actually integrate with several other mobile apps, e-commerce websites, marketplaces, so that the users can actually expand and maximize their sales reach and sales power by using this Star Tag feature. We're doing very well. We're partnering with some significant companies to maximize the revenue that we're, going after this year. And, what this has been designed to do is basically give the everyday social media user or the largest brands and celebrities out there the ability to generate revenue off their social media.
Now, you've already raised $8 million in funding, and you're currently doing an additional $5 million raise. What are you doing with
That's
the
right.
money? What are you doing with that money that's coming in?
So $8 million has got us here. That's been raised all from private investors, built out the technology, the platform, secured our intellectual property in several countries at this point. And we're live now on Android, iPhone, and the web app. The next round that we're currently raising, we're seeking different avenues for our investors. We're going after the family office networks. We have an investment bank deal for a portion of the $5 million that's coming in, and we're seeking a little bit more of a strategic investor at this point, some high net worth individuals. So this money will be utilized to grow the company. Significant strategic partnerships, advancing the technology so we can integrate with sizable companies that are already generating, significant revenues that want to use Brabble and our Star Tags as a solution to help monetize their business, as well as track all the data that's being generated in these transactions.
The world's largest e-commerce retailers are starting to partner up with you. Give us an idea who they are, if you can.
Obviously there's an NDA as long as my arm on some of that stuff, Michael, but, they're out there. The biggest names in the industries that are generating revenue at those levels have expressed significant interest. We're currently, several months into a partnership with one of them, and we'll be absolutely, cookie cutting that concept as we go and meet with several of them in Q1.
Give us the big Ed. You want to jump in?
Ed Baxter from Bison Creek Capital. What Brabble looks like is a combination of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter on steroids. That's what I would call it. In looking to monetize the following that one has. One thing you also indicate is that you get full control of people who sees the content. What is the advantage to the user to restrict that content to specific individuals? And also, do you foresee a time when Brabble in itself integrates directly into those other major social networks to become a part of, I guess, a bigger social network where people can automatically move their followers over?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're actually hitting the nail right on the head. Brabble is a social media network of its own. We have our community, a little over 300,000 active users that's going to grow, right? Some of the money we're raising is going to stimulate and grow a viral marketing campaign to grow our user base. However, a big part of our roadmap is to do what you said. We want to integrate with all of the other existing networks out there. So we actually want to utilize the competition to grow. We want to use the competition to generate revenue and to grow our user base and our market share. Just like you said, our e-commerce component allows our users, whether they're the average high school kid or college student or the largest brands and celebrities out there, supplemental revenue streams, whether they're selling used furniture or clothing in their closet or they're selling actual products that their company produces. We can help drive those sales online.
We've got about a minute to go, so let me just move towards the exit on this segment because I've got a lot of other questions. I don't want to start a new one. Give everybody a way to reach out to you so they can continue the conversation. Let's take a break and come back, and then I'm going to finish up with some more questions I have for you.
Yeah, best way to contact us would be direct email, P-A-T, at Brabble.com. Brabble's B-R-A-B-B-L-E. We have a live website, Brabble.com. We're active on Instagram and LinkedIn and many other social networks. So we're easy to find, and we're excited to meet partners and potential investors.
Sounds good, Pat. We'll be right back on the other side of this break with more questions. All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Pat Mackaronis, Director of Business Development and founder of Brabble, BRABBLE.com. Segment brought to you by thevitaminpatch.com. Welcome back to CEO Money and Michael Yorba, and we've got Pat Mackaronis, Director of Business Development and founder, Brabble, BRABBLE.com. All right, Pat, when we left off, we were walking through some of the moving parts of Brabble. And is there anybody else out there that you're competing with that you set yourself aside from that gives you the edge on what it is that you're doing?
Yeah, so I think the best way to answer that, Michael, there's a lot of social apps out there. It was a phase for a while. People wanted to get out there and develop hundreds of different social media applications and networks. What's different about Brabble is that, yes, it's a very fun and interactive social community where you can utilize all media, video, audio, picture, and text, and it's a very fun environment. But when we compile our e-commerce component into that helps, as I said, the average social user or the largest brands and celebrities to sell products. That's really our secret weapon, and that's how we're unique and valuable to the industry. We want to utilize all of the competition, any company, any website, marketplace, social network, to partner with us to help expand our sales reach and to help drive revenue for these other networks.
Tell me about Brabble's plans to use your senior team to drive the company forward. What's next for us?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate over the last 6 months or so to have put together a very senior management team to help join us for our roadmap ahead. When we started the company, as a true startup here in New York City, we had everything in-house. We hand-selected our developers and programmers and project managers, and we had everything under one roof as we were building the technology. As the company expanded and grew, we were fortunate enough to get the attention of some significant people in the industry. We now were able to partner with a very prominent technology company out of California called Logica, and the man who runs that business is on board with us now running our technology. The network and customer list that they have is really all the top names in technology, which not only opens up tremendous doors for us with relationships and partnerships, but we now also have direct, dedicated technology team focused on Brabble from that network. So it's just been absolutely amazing. We've also got some very key members to the management team that have joined us from some of the largest apps in existence today that really have their finger on the pulse, in social media and in the world of e-commerce, to help take us to the next level. So our team is definitely one of the most valuable parts of the company behind the scenes.
Hi, Pat. It's Ed Baxter again from Bison Creek Capital. And your new ambassador program, which you're planning on rolling out, and obviously you want to have fans kind of create the duplication here. We used to call it the Pantene commercial back in the day when one person tells another one tells another one. Do you foresee the driver for that being, this is off the beaten path, so keep that in mind, but the driver for that being essentially potential for your own digital token to help move this thing forward?
Yeah, so ambassadors and influencers and brand endorsers, that's a big part of marketing, especially when you're growing a social network. So that's definitely going to be part of what we do. One of the most powerful forces we have behind, our marketing plan is we have an affiliate and paid install expert on the team with us. Mobile app marketing is a completely different animal than marketing a generic product. You can blow through a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have the right people on board. Because we do have those key people on our team, we're paying a fraction of the cost to grow the network and for customer acquisition. And that's a very significant part of where the funding we're raising is going to be allocated to. So a combination of the endorsers, like you said, with the affiliate marketing is how we plan to really grow the brand and drive the user base.
All right, Ed. Any more questions on that?
I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted, obviously your best fans are the people who are already using it,
Right.
And that's obviously the way you want to duplicate it. So that works for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I would be able to take our content and be able to push it out through Brabble and be able to monetize it through your app. Is that something that, because ours is more of an intangible than it would be shirts, sweaters, cars, things of that nature.
Yeah, so it's there's a use case for everybody. Whether you're an individual that wants to sell existing products or used products, the yard sale concept from your home, we have that platform. If you're a mom and pop store trying to grow your online sales, we have that. If you're the largest brands and celebrities out there, one of the key features of our revenue model is not just maximizing your sales, but it's actually tracking the data that takes place and transpires when a transaction's done. What time of day the sale's done, the customer, how much do they average, how much money they spend on average, what types of products are they interested in. And we collect and track all this data so that when companies want to continuously drive revenue from their customers, you now can target them with products of interest. That's one of the biggest complaints in social media today, that, you could be on Facebook or Instagram, you're scrolling through your feed and a Home Depot ad pops up. That's spam. People don't want to see that. But if you're consistently buying sports equipment, with the star tag, now, for example, we can now target you with sports-related products and companies and merchandise. So, we're making a better user experience for both the consumer and the seller.
I could see the connection here because of our advertisers can go through you, and then we've got two birds with one stone. It sounds to me,
right,
if I got that right. Okay, all right. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. Any words of wisdom or any imparting statements before we close out on our segment today?
No, I just I'd end with we've got an exciting 2018 ahead. We've got the right team and. With the proper funding that we're working on, sky's the limit for what comes ahead.
It sounds like it is. I'm going to have my IT side get in contact with you and see if we can do something.
That sounds great.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, Pat Mackaronis, Director of Business Development, founder, Brabble, Brabble. Segment brought to you by Tycon Partners. We're